welcome to the show. Another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal, and we have a great meal for you tonight. I mean, he is a professional drummer, an advocate for lupus, and a smooth jazz artist. Let's give it up for the East Coast professional entertainer, Mr. Dion Langley.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
I am so good. Now
Thank
that you're
you.
here with me, thank you so much for
No
being
worries.
here. You-
Definitely.
we've had our little experience with some technical issues,
Oh
but
yeah.
you being that trooper that you are, you hung in here with me, and I thank you so much for
No
that. Thank
problem.
you.
No
Thank
problem. I
you.
appreciate you providing the platform and just allowing me to be on your show. So I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank
Definitely
you
excited.
so much, Dion. Thank you. Hey, let's get things started. And, welcome to the show again. Let everybody know where your hometown, where you're from, and your alma mater, who you're repping tonight.
Okay, got you. My name is Dion Langley. I was born and raised in Portsmouth, Virginia, better known as P-Town.
Mhm.
Grew up out there my whole life. Graduated from Churchland High School, 96, Churchland Trucker.
Mhm.
So that's my alma mater. But P-Town, just born and raised.
Yay for P Town. That is so good. Now, Dion, you wear multiple hats. That's why we're featuring you to recognize all the great things that you're doing in the community across the globe. You're the professional drummer. We're going to start with that, and then after that, we'll talk about being an advocate for lupus and all your other accomplishments. So, what age did you begin, playing the drums, Dion?
I started around 5 or 6 years old.
Hmm.
I got to give credit to my uncle, Mr. Frank Rogers Jr. Everybody called him Hot Shot, but
Hmm.
he put drumsticks in my hand when I was like 5 or 6, and he pretty much encouraged me, and he gave me that go get it attitude, and he played bass a lot in church, so every time he would go play, he would drag me along with him, and he'd be like, "Come play." And I really want good. I really want good at all. But he really believed in me. He bought me my first drum set. I grew up in a musical family though, so my grandparents, they were, we had a gospel group, but so I really just
Oh.
grew up around music. But
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I was the first to play the drums in the actual family. But
Wow.
my uncle really, like, he really was that driving factor and that driving force. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't have the
It's
career I had today if it wasn't for
they
him. Yeah, like
yeah.
if it weren't for my uncle, like he's pretty much been every source of just
Mhm,
mentorship.
mhm.
Not just an uncle or brother or father, just everything. So he just wore
Everything.
many hats in my life. So I gotta give him
Yeah.
credit on that. Shout out, Hot Shot. Love you, man.
Yeah, he saw the big picture.
That's
He's
it.
that visionary in your life. That
That's
is
it.
so
That's
great.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That's it.
God. So
That's
we know where you get your inspiration from. And then of course, I also read that you saw some drummers in your church. You saw them performing as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As a little kid, when you can't play, you always sit back and
Mhm.
watch, the older guys. And I
Yeah.
think for me, it was just a matter of just having the opportunity to play. Because when you younger like that, you ain't trying to sit in church and you don't know what's going on. It's boring to you. So I had to
Kind of
find
boring.
something that like caught my attention. So that drum corner, that musician corner, it really caught my
That was
attention.
it. That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah, that is so good. Do you remember what your first drum cadence was like or your first performance was like?
Oh
Can you
man, it was
recall?
bad. It was bad. I mean, I was hitting stuff. Then the thing about it, I can keep timing, so don't get me wrong. My
Yeah,
timing
yeah,
was there, but I think I didn't have the placement. So my
yeah,
my placement just weren't right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Knowing what I know
Okay.
now,
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
placement just wasn't where it's supposed to be. But I mean, it was good for back then
Yeah.
because I looked cute. I was a little 5, 6 year old kid.
Yeah.
And I'm just playing, and everybody, was
Mhm.
like, "Oh man, hyping me up." But at the
Cheering you
end of the
on.
day, it was really bad. But
Yeah.
because my placement was just everywhere. But I
Mhm.
think that's where you got to start at, and just getting that
Th-
experience, just playing in the public eye, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
But yeah,
Yeah.
overall,
Hmm.
on a scale of 1 to 10, that performance was probably like a 4.
Well, that's okay. Like you say, you had to start
That's it.
somewhere,
That's
and
it.
confidence comes from doing. So
Amen.
the older generation, they knew that. It was like, hey,
There you
he's
go.
got something. If he
There you
just
go.
stay at it,
There you go.
he's gonna
He's gonna
become.
get better. That's
Woo,
it.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. They could
That's it.
see that. They could see where you were going. So we know that drums is your thing.
That's it.
But are there any other instruments that you kind of play around or dabble with from time
Well,
to time?
I dabble. My uncle actually taught me bass.
Uh-huh.
So
All
I'm
right.
proficient on the bass, you know what I'm saying? So I mess
Uh-huh.
around with it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a lot better at like keyboards now. Being that I'm doing more the engineering side and more the producing
Mm-hmm.
side musically.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Mm-hmm.
to get in tune with like keyboarding things. So
Mhm,
I work on that, in my all time. So a lot of people may not see that
mhm,
when it comes to the public eye. But
mhm,
I be in the studio just behind the scenes working on that. So those
mhm,
are things, that I'm pretty good at. But you'll never see me on stage yet.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Doing those. If you see me on stage, it's just strictly drums. So yeah.
Strictly
For now.
drums,
Yeah, for
yeah.
now.
For now,
For
yeah,
now, yeah.
yeah. But hey, but that's what you're known for, right?
Yes,
That
definitely.
that's your
Definitely.
thing, man. And
Definitely.
you, well, I was looking at, listening to some of the sounds on YouTube and stuff like this man right here is doing it.
Thank
You're doing,
you. I'm humble. I'm
yeah,
humble. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Very humble.
Yeah, I want to
Very
say
humble.
congratulations because I was reading that you won, or you the recipient of the Veer Music Smooth Jazz Artist of the Year awards.
Yes.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, that was
congrats,
yes,
congrats.
thank you. That was such an
Mhm.
honor, a blessing because I truly work hard. For me,
No.
I know where I started from. So
Yes.
to receive that after all these years and all the hard work and all the dedication and the sacrifice, it really blessed my heart. And when they
I
called my
know.
name, I was shocked. I
Woo.
went in right. I went into it that night, the award show, not even worrying about winning, just the fact that I
Yeah.
was nominated. I
Yes.
felt like I had accomplished something. But man, when they
Yeah.
called my name, oh my goodness, that was the best night of my life, like for real. And then
Oh,
after I won, the night went by so fast. It just seemed like it was
fast.
a blur from there. Like I couldn't even
Mhm.
remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
just so much going on, but it was the perfect
Mhm.
night. The perfect night.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
perfect
You were
night.
crowned king of your
Yes, the perfect
of
night.
your lane that you're in. You were crowned that
That's
night. It
it,
gave
and I'm
you
gonna hold
that.
on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Yes,
I'm gonna ride that wave the whole year. Trust me.
that's
I'm
it.
gonna
That's your
ride that
what,
wave. That's
like
it.
Nicki Minaj saying, "A
That's it.
moment for life." That was your
That's it.
moment.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and so much more is to come, Dion. Because all the hard work you've put in,
Thank
you
you.
know, the harvest is going to continue to come. Don't
Thank you
worry.
so much. I
You're
appreciate it.
very
Thank
welcome.
you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes. And I was reading too. You have your own band, and tell us about that. Tell us
Yeah,
about your
I
band.
man, I've been blessed to have my own jazz band. Um,
Yeah.
and the funny thing about it is I'm stepping out in the lane that I
Hmm.
was uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
For years I've always been the guy behind the scenes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I've always just went like I've always helped everybody else. I would be
Yes.
the
Yeah.
guy behind the scenes helping everybody else achieve, and I did that for years, for so many years. And I was okay with that because I love helping people. I love when I'm attached to something, I love giving my all, any input that I can get to help the
Mhm,
band or the
mhm,
group grow. So I did that
mhm.
for a long time, man. And it was to a point to where I saw myself helping people that really didn't want help. I saw
Yeah.
myself, yeah, yeah, like I saw myself helping individuals that really didn't want my help. So it was like I
Mhm.
was giving energy to someone that didn't want it. So I had to really
Probably
wake up.
probably didn't deserve it,
That's it,
Dion.
right?
Yeah,
Probably, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So,
just never
so I
know.
just I just had to really look myself in the
Yeah.
mirror and just say, I'm giving all this energy to people that really don't want it, and what am I getting in it out of it? You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? So
mhm,
so I finally, I
mhm.
prayed about it and I asked God, for direction, and
Yeah.
and I decided to step out on faith and start my own band. And oh my goodness, it has been like just this past year has been a blessing. And I have some awesome musicians. Like my band is so like those guys. Shout out to Vic, Tarleton, Twan, Lonnie. Listen, those guys are awesome, man. Like they are ride or die, and I would take them guys anywhere, anywhere.
Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yes, that is so good. And what's the name of the band again? So
It's
we'll know it.
Dion Langley featuring BKS band. BKS band,
BKS
yep.
band.
And for best
Yes.
kept secret. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Bring It in the House podcast show where we're featuring the professional drummer, advocate for lupus, and smooth jazz artist tonight, Mr. Dion Langley is in the house. Now we know you have a busy schedule as a drummer, but you're also an advocate for lupus. Tell us about that and how that started.
Yes, that's lupus. That's the other side of me that a lot of people may not know or see.
Mm.
But I was diagnosed in lupus back in 2010. When
Oh,
I got diagnosed, that was probably the worst moment for me in my life, besides
mhm,
seeing my mother
mhm.
pass away.
I know. I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, lupus, that it really changed my life. I feel like
Yeah.
that was the turning point for me
Yeah.
because it was so many things that I didn't understand about lupus, but I also didn't understand how I would deal with it. I
Mm,
was angry. I was mad at the world. I secluded myself from my family, friends, anybody. So
mhm,
that first 2 or 3 years of lupus was like
mhm.
horrible for me. But
I know.
I really had to pray about a lot of things, and I had to build that relationship with God and had that one-on-one with
Yeah.
him. But the crazy
Mm,
thing about it was hard for me in the beginning because I never accepted it.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was trying to deal with something that I didn't accept. So if I ain't accepted, like how could I deal with it? How could
Yeah.
I be able to grow and process this? So the
Mhm.
first step is you really have to accept it. And
Yeah.
once I accepted that, God gave me all the tools
Mhm.
and gave me all the people around me that can help me deal with it.
Yeah.
But I had to learn about myself more too. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
I had to change who I was as a person.
Yeah.
The people that I was dealing with. It's
Yes.
so much that come with lupus, and that's just people understand the physical side of it because lupus
Mhm.
is an autoimmune disease,
Yeah.
and it attacks the brain, the heart, the kidneys, and lungs. Those are the major organs.
Mm.
But those are the things that I don't have control over. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But I
Mhm.
do have control over my mental state and how I deal with lupus.
That's it.
Right. So I say I beat lupus and I'm able to beat lupus is because I'm not beating it physically, but mentally, I've accepted that challenge. And now, with me having a strong mind, my body is able to act accordingly
Mhm.
because I didn't
Mhm.
let that, I didn't let my mental state slip on it. So again, it was just a matter of me just doing a lot of changing and just
Yeah.
understanding how I can do and just play my part with trying to be better at dealing with lupus and plus eating right too as well. I had
Eating
to change
well.
my eating
Eating well.
habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
greedy. I'm
Yeah.
greedy. So that's my thing. A lot of
Me
people don't know that.
too.
Yes,
Me
like I will
too.
eat and it's like it's crazy. So it's just a matter of me just had to tweak a few things. But I'm
Yeah.
blessed and like I said, I got diagnosed in 2010 and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Still here
Yes.
and
Yes.
God,
Still
God
here.
awesome. Yeah. Because the doctors told me like in 2012 or 2013 that I'll never play drums again. I should never play drums again. Yeah,
Look
doctor.
at the miracle. You
God,
are a
exactly.
miracle. Yeah. And I was reading in Canvas, it was at Canvas Rebel magazine.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your feature. I
thank you.
read about that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
And
you.
I like the quote that you provided. You says, I'm drumming to a different beat,
Mhm.
and that's to beat lupus.
That's
How
it.
clever is that? I
Yeah,
love
it
it.
fits me. Yeah, it fits me.
Yeah.
I feel like God put me in this position for a reason.
Uh-huh.
So, if
You
I'm gonna be
did.
out here playing drums and using my
Mhm.
music as a powerful tool, then I
Mhm.
can use it to advocate as well. So
As well.
I'm a drummer
Yeah.
with lupus. So
Yeah.
the whole, it just fits me perfectly. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I tell people that all the time because it's not just about me trying to say I'm a beat lupus, but I use it as a motivation tool because a lot of
Mhm.
drummers don't have to deal with what I deal with. So I
Exactly.
know I'm blessed and I know I'm fortunate because, I don't have to compete with any other drummer because God,
Right.
I feel like I already won that battle because God
Yeah.
gave me a gift and a tool to be able to
Mhm.
spread some positivity. And that's the purpose of my music. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
what you do.
right. So
That's
it's
right.
not it's not about me competing or trying to compare myself to anybody. So that's why I say I'm drumming to a different beat. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all right. And
It's,
speaking of it's all right, you have a single. You guys have a single called
mhm.
It's All Right. I
Yes.
love it. I was listening to it on YouTube and
Thank you.
yes, and I
Mhm.
subscribe to your channel and
Thank
everything.
you so much.
So we're going to take a listen to It's All right now here on
Okay.
Bring It in the House.
Music aired in this episode may be owned by UMG or are permissible by guests. The content is found available on the internet and is believed to be in fair use. We do not intend to infringe copyrights.
Dion Langley and his band BKS. It's all right. Ooh. And
Thank
you
you.
guys need to download it. You can get it out on all the social, the media outlets, all of that. So yeah, it's amazing how time is running out though. But before we go, do you want to give any shout outs and then some words of encouragement before we wrap up for tonight?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Got to give a shout out to my beautiful kids, my amazing kids. I love my kids, my grandkids. Thank you all for just loving daddy. I know I stay busy. I know I stay on the go, but they definitely understand.
Mhm.
Again, my uncle Hotshot. Come on, man. You already know.
Mhm.
DP Media Group, BKS Band. my
Yeah.
family, man. Y'all guys, man. I could not do this without you guys. The lupus community, and just anybody that just shares a passion for just positivity.
Hmm.
And like I say, my music ain't for everybody, which is okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
all
know,
right.
right. It's all exactly. It's all right. Hey,
Yeah.
you don't like it, that's fine. It's just not for you. But I think at the end of the day, my music speaks positivity,
That's
and I'm
it.
spreading the message behind the music. It's a message behind the music.
Yeah.
And anybody that's suffering with lupus or dealing with anything, um, I always think about it like this. It's a purpose behind everybody's pain.
It is.
So whatever pain that you're dealing with is always a purpose for it. So just keep on fighting through, keep on pushing through, because
Mhm.
when you come out, it's definitely gonna be something good for you.
Yes,
So
yes.
and I tell anybody with lupus, you can have a bad day today, but there's always tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So you just gotta
Yeah.
look forward to
A,
tomorrow.
a better day if you
That's it.
can, or brighter day, like Kirk Franklin
Right.
said.
And
Yeah.
and 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 for real, trust God.
Trust
You,
him.
you
That's
know, it's
mhm.
nothing. I couldn't do what I do right now.
Yeah.
I had to really trust God, and I'm saying I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect, but I understand who God is and what He's
Exactly.
done for me in my life, and with
Yes.
that, you definitely can't go wrong.
We can't go wrong. One other quick question before you go,
Okay.
just if we can, real quickly. Can you tell us real quick, the first sign that you knew you had lupus, like
Oh
what
man,
some
that was
common
yeah,
symptoms?
just tired.
Tired. Okay.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't rest at night, and then
Mhm.
lupus affects my heart. So yeah, I started
Mm,
having chest pains and couldn't lay down flat because the
mm,
fluid was building up around my heart. So those are
mm.
things, and just it was taking me a lot to do so little. So
To do
energy
so
just wasn't there. It just wasn't the same.
the same, yeah. And so,
Yeah.
and with your busy schedule and all you have to do and all the things that you have to do every day, how do you stay healthy? Is it, eating right and you're and getting proper
Yeah,
rest?
eating right, but I definitely get rest. It looks like I have a lot going on,
Mm-hmm.
but trust me,
Hmm.
when Dion resting, he is resting. Like I can have a busy weekend because I know my
Yeah.
weekends are busy, especially when it comes to
Hmm.
shows. So
Hmm.
always tell everybody Monday don't even look for me Monday because Monday is
Yeah.
just that day where you will probably won't even hear from me or see me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I have to get rest. But then I got to understand, and you and I talked about this, briefly about it earlier that, you know, I got to control stress. My whole environment and my love circle, that love circle is so
So
important.
important. Yes, it is.
Everybody can't have the same access. And
That's right.
when I was going through what I was going through and I was down, everybody had the same access to me.
That's to you.
And
Yeah.
that just can't happen. So everybody
Yeah.
don't have the same access to me. You
I
got you got to
got you.
know who can be in that inner circle and who can't.
That's it. That's what it is.
That's it.
Guys, this is the professional drummer, advocate for lupus, smooth jazz recording artist, Mr. Dion Langley. Look him up online on social media, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. Tell them how they can book you real quick, Dion, and then we're going to be out.
Okay, gotcha. You can book us or you can email us at dpmediagroup22@gmail.com, or you can call us at 757-944-8574. Look us up on bksband.net, bksbandva, Instagram, Dion Langley, everywhere. Just type in my name. It's there. It's there.
Mhm.
Dion Langley featuring BKS Band.
It is.
Mhm.
Yes, it is, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Bring It in the House, and we'll see you back here next week. Take care.